What is up and welcome back. We are your Emerald Coast relocation team. In this video right here, what we're going to be talking about is what it kind of looks like to live within Milton. And we're going to take a different spin on that because we are not in downtown Milton. We're actually on the south side of Milton. We'll break into that a little bit more towards the middle of this video. Let's talk about the location. When we're talking about this location and these drive times, we're talking about from the downtown of Milton. So let's just go over them real quick. I got my notepad here. If you're planning on going over to Pensacola downtown, you're looking at about a 30-minute drive southwest. If you're planning on going over to Pensacola International Airport, it's about the same time. Tack on a minute or two. If you're planning on going over to Pensacola Beach, you're looking at about a 40-minute drive over into Pensacola Beach, so not so close to the Pensacola Beach. And then if you are planning on going over into Mobile, Alabama to take advantage of that Topgolf that they just built up there, you're looking at about an hour and 10 minutes. So again, this location is all from the downtown of Milton, but we're actually on the south side of Milton because we've been getting feedback from you guys talking about how Milton just seems so far from the beach. If you're going to move into the Emerald Coast, you want to be right next to the beach. That's why we are in this area. And technically, I can't say it'd be called Milton, more the Avalon Point or something right along those lines.
Yeah, we're right along Avalon Boulevard. You know, by address, it is Milton.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're looking to get in Milton but be a little bit closer to all those things that Peter was just talking about, this is a great spot. There's also several new builds going in. There's a lot of open land out here. Right over my right shoulder here is the bridge that connects it into Gulf Breeze. So we're standing only about 5 minutes from Gulf Breeze, only about, I'd say 15 minutes from Pensacola Beach, but we're still in Milton.
I don't know if you guys can see in the distance, but literally that landmass that you do see out there is Gulf Breeze. We personally chose Gulf Breeze because of how close it was to the beach. So just kind of show you, if you are on the south side of Milton, you can have easy access over into the beach.
Yeah, something else about where we are, you know, I know I said that the Gulf Breeze and the beach is right behind us, but also I-10, the interstate, is about 5 minutes north of us. So if you're looking to have easy access back over into Pensacola or over towards Mobile or even towards Destin, we're only about 5 minutes from interstate access here as well.
The second thing that we're going to be talking about, which you guys have asked a little bit about, is pretty much the local shopping and the amenities that are available in Milton. Now, yes, so you do have your typical grocery stores. You know, we're talking about Publix, Winn-Dixie. You've got a Walmart kind of on the west side of Milton. Outside of that, that's pretty much what you got. You have to go over into Pace, Trent was talking about, in order to access some larger products, those larger box stores.
Yeah, you know, Pace right next to Milton. They've got a Dick's Sporting Goods, TJ Maxx, several new restaurants going in over there. You know, coming back again to where we're standing, what's cool about Avalon is that when you head north, you can choose to, you know, head east further into Milton, or you can head west and be immediately into Pace. So you kind of got a split decision there, and you're close access to all that stuff.
And of course, you still have that short drive over into Pensacola downtown. If you are wanting to do that mall shopping, then you can go over to Cordova Mall in Pensacola. You're looking at about a 30-minute drive over there as well. So it's not too bad when we're talking about driving to all these different shopping and amenities.
Yeah, and that mall, that's also about 5 minutes from the airport. So, you know, anybody has to travel to and from the airport. It's still pretty easy access to that as well.
The third thing that we're going to be covering in regards to Milton is what does the future of Milton look like? I actually dove into this pretty extensively this morning, kind of looking at what their development plan. They just came out with something in March of 2023 talking about, let's just like narrow it down into one segment, talking about how they want to do a facelift for the downtown of Milton, because what they are saying is a lot of this newer construction, a lot of this newer development is happening on the outskirts, and they want to bring people back closer into that downtown. They're saying how it looks a little decrepit right now. They want this huge facelift and kind of, I think, making this cute little downtown over in Milton.
Yeah, I think that would be great. You know, there's a lot of cool structures, nice architecture over there. And he's right, there's a whole bunch of action all on the outskirts of Milton with all the new builds going on. So, you know, revamping that I think would be a big hit.
With that, let's break into the population of Milton. So 2020, according to the US Census, it was right around 10,197. Well, not right around, it was at 10,197. And then from that same report, they said the 2030 projection is 11,777 people living within Milton. So we read that off, but then if you go to World Population Review, they are stating that as of right now, Milton's population is already at 11,300 people. So either we're trending forward or those numbers don't quite match up. And then also if we look at that 2019 estimation off World Population Review, it's saying that there's going to be closer to 13,000 people living within Milton. One thing that I am seeing from these reports is that Santa Rosa County, which is where Milton, Gulf Breeze, Pace, all these cities are located within, is one of the fastest growing counties in Florida and then also in the United States, looking to grow 15 to 25% up into 2030.
I think a lot of causes of that are probably access to the beach, school systems, and the amount of land that they have. There's still large amounts of land out here that can be developed on.
Now, we kind of already touched on this a little bit, but talking about those new developments that are happening in Milton. And so when we first came out here, Trent was kind of telling us how Pace really started to blow up with these newer developments, and now it's starting to bleed over into Milton. And then just kind of looking at the map, it looks like a lot of it is kind of on the, like, I guess you could say the south side of Milton, and then also on the west side where the borders that Pace area is. Wouldn't you say that's a safe assessment to say, Trent?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of development in between Milton and Pace right there, and south in Avalon where we are now. There's several new builds, several builders, staking claim around here. There's some of them that are actually even pushing pretty close to waterfront. Not necessarily waterfront property, but some of these new builds, you can see the water from your front yard. It's a lot of good access to things. Good spot to be building.
A good way to go about this kind of South Milton area, this Avalon area, is it's kind of one of those areas that the locals don't want too many people to know about, because it's a little piece of heaven right here. It's amazing. As we were driving through here, it doesn't look much like the downtown area of Milton. It just looks a little bit more beachy down here. A lot of the houses kind of have that California kind of look and stuff. And so this area, once it gets known, I'm afraid that it's going to blow up like crazy.
Yeah, it's really quiet and peaceful around here. A lot of water views around. I'm sure the locals really like what they've got going on here. So hopefully they don't get onto us too much for presenting it.
Throw
to
some
everybody.
darts at us, yeah.
But I mean, we can see why they love it. It's a great spot to be.
The fourth thing that we're going to cover, and we typically do cover on all of our videos, is what is that median sales price of homes in Milton. And so what we're looking at is a median sales price of $292,000. Here's another note on that: is usually we do your overall single family and then attached products. There really isn't too many attached products here, so that number is also the same for your single family. Here's another number I wanted to note though. So that number is down 1.02% year over year. We're talking November of 2023 to November of 2022. But then if you go back 24 months, it is actually up 6.18%. We all know that 2023 was not the greatest year for real estate because of those interest rates. But to look back and see that 24 months ago, it is up 6%, shows that it is growing a little bit. Here's another thing that I was pointing out though, is your median list price is at $359,000. I think the reason this number is so much higher from your median sales price is all these new builds are coming in at a little bit higher of a price point, haven't quite sold yet, and so those listings are reflecting on that median list price, and your median sales price hasn't quite caught up with that number yet. All right, there you guys. We're glad that we got to bring you this video on Milton. Try to do a different take because there's so many times that these cities that we talk about are known for this one thing. And so we wanted to go outside of that box a little bit and expose you to something different that we have been noticing about Milton. This is content that you're loving and you do want to purchase real estate here in the Emerald Coast. Give us a call or text that phone number right below. Right below right there, we always answer. It doesn't matter date or time. And if you're not quite ready to buy, why don't you do yourself a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up and that notification bell. The reason it's a favor to you is so that you are informed on the most recent stuff coming into the Emerald Coast. And until next time, we love you. Bye.